So this video, what did we understand from this video is, if you are going to focus on customer satisfaction, absolutely your customers are going to come back. So you can see on both sides, one side it was done at a very faster and it is very smart and it is very user friendly. Other side, it is waiting time is very high. So what we are going to discuss now is, where is quality in these both types of hotels? So quality is understanding about customer requirement and giving what the customer expects, right? So let us see, what do we mean as quality? Okay, quality. Yes, there are many definitions of quality. Let us see one by one. Yes. Now coming to the first definition by British Defence Industries Quality Assurance Panel, the definition is conformance to specifications. And according to Philip Crosby, the definition is conformance to requirements. What is the difference between this requirement and specification? What is the difference? Requirement is different and specification is different. Let us understand what is the difference. Okay, now coming to requirement. Let me take an example of a mobile phone. You have a mobile phone and you are expecting a mobile phone with very good camera quality. This is the requirement from you as a customer. Okay, now coming to specifications. I require a phone with very good camera quality, but now I want it to be a high pixel camera. I'm mentioning how much pixels I want for this particular camera. That is my specification. Okay, so there is a difference between requirement and specification, but both are quality. Meeting customers requirement is also quality. Meeting customers specification is also quality. Okay, now coming to the next definition by Mr. Joseph Juran. Fitness for purpose or fitness for use. It's a wonderful definition specifically for manufacturing industry. So when we take this manufacturing industry, specifically they used to have this, that is fitness for purpose or fitness for use. You have a mobile phone, and when you are actually what you will expect from a mobile phone, basically communication. So if it is not, you have good camera, you have very good memory, but ultimately when you are using it for making some calls, it is not working properly, then it is not fit for use. So that is what you mean as fitness for purpose or fitness for use. Whenever you buy any product or when you are availing any service, that should be fit for use. So this is, but since mostly it is applicable for manufacturing industries. The next definition by Mr. Edward Deming, predictable degree of uniformity and dependability. Let us consider that you are taking your food at KFC in one part of the city, and you say, whenever I go to this particular branch of KFC, I feel it is very tasty and it is very good. The service was very good when compared to other places of KFC. So can you say that KFC is a quality food? What they are actually doing is are they providing quality food? Are they providing quality service? Can you say like that? No. There should be some kind of uniformity wherever they are providing the services. That is very important. So that is what we are actually saying in this definition. There should be a predictable degree of uniformity and dependability should be there. Okay. Now the next definition is synonymous with customer needs and expectations. This is nothing but meeting customer needs, meeting customers' expectations. This is by R.J. Mortiboyce, this definition. Now coming to the next definition of Mike Robinson. According to this definition, customer requirements don't focus on customer requirements in the present. Also focus on the customer requirement in the future. Okay, you have to focus on something, the customer requirement that is in the future. Okay, so that is what is Mike Robinson's definition. Because if you're not going to focus on the future requirement of the customers, then you will be wiped out of the market. Because as you know, today's market is changing every day. Let me say you an example. WhatsApp was not an integral part of our life. So remember this word integral. WhatsApp was not integral part of our life some 4 5 years back, but now it has become integral. People expect it to be there. Your connectivity should be there. So the future requirements are very, very important. Customers are changing very, very often, right? Now, coming to the last definition, it's a total composite characteristic of the first one, engineering, then manufacturing, then marketing, then maintenance. So you design a product, then you manufacture it, then you are marketing it, reaching your customers. Then after they buy your product, you're supposed to maintain it. So these are some of the basic characteristics of a product. And if all these four characteristics are there in a product, then you say that this particular product is a quality product. Okay, so these are the definitions of quality. Okay, fine. Now we have an exercise for you to do. What does the word quality mean to you? Okay, so I'll just move. So this is exercise number 2. The exercise number 1 is the discussion. What is your idea on who moved my cheese? So that book, that is exercise number 1, and this is the exercise number 2. Think about your past experiences. If you have stayed at a hotel, think about your past experience in that particular hotel. So that is first one. Write the brand name of that particular hotel. Okay, write the brand name of that particular hotel. And the second one is write down 3 to 4 reasons why you say that this particular hotel is a quality hotel. Okay, so I'll repeat again. Write the name of a hotel that you liked very much and write 3 to 4 reasons why do you say that it's a quality hotel. This is the first one. The second one, the second part of this exercise, write the name of a product that you have bought and write the brand name for that and mention 3 to 4 reasons why do you say that this particular product is a quality product. Okay, so these two you need to write it down in the format that we have already sent to you in mail. So you can just take those exercise book and you can just mention exercise in the area that was given in exercise 2. You can just mention the answers for that and you can share it with us. Okay, now it's time for the next topic. Dimensions of quality. What is this dimensions of quality? It was introduced by Mr. Garvin in the year 1987. So there are 8 dimensions of quality. There are 8 dimensions of quality. Let us see what are these dimensions one by one. The first dimension is performance. The first dimension is performance. Will the product or service do the intended job? Will the product or service do the intended job? So what are the intended jobs for a particular product? That should be fulfilled. The basic job. As I have already explained to you, mobile phone. So mobile phone, the basic job is communication. Okay, making a call. If you buy a mobile phone and you're not able to make calls properly, then the intended job is not fulfilled. So that is, performance is not good. Okay, so that is performance. Now coming to reliability. Reliability. Frequency of failure. Frequency of failure. How often does your product or service fail? I'm giving you a mobile phone example again and again because we are just pitching into the course and I want you to relate it very easily because you have your mobile phone always with you. So you can very easily relate to the concepts. So that's the reason I'm using mobile phone concept. As we go, we'll use some more different field examples also. So how often does the product fail? So let me take you a television example now. So you buy a television and within 1 month of buying this television, you're having some problems related to the screen, display screen. You're having some problem related to the buttons over there, the sound quality over there, but the product is not dead. It's working, but it's not working properly. So you need to say that this is the reliability that is also considered as failure. That is also considered as failure, and that is actually reliability. You'd have seen in a lot of situations, you would say that, come on, friend, this is not a reliable product. You will advise to your friend. So such situations happens. That is what is reliability. That is frequency of failure. Okay, fine. Now coming to durability. What is this durability? How long does your product work without being without becoming dead? Okay, so durability, how long does your product last? The total life cycle time of your product. Now coming to serviceability, you can buy in any e-commerce websites like Amazon or Flipkart, you can buy a product even at 12 o'clock, but can you take service from them at 12 o'clock in the night? Certainly not possible. They will say, sir, you have to go to a particular place in this particular street, and then you have to go, report it to them. Then they will decide whether it will be covered in the warranty or guarantee, what they say. Then only you can take a decision on that. So there will be a lot of uh, vague statements from them, and in many situations I think I have faced it, and you'd also would face such kind of situations. Serviceability, how easy is it to repair, or how easy is it for you to approach them for a service? It starts right from identifying a number to the time the problem is resolved. Okay, so that is serviceability. Now coming to the next dimensions, the remaining dimensions. These are the remaining 4 dimensions. First one is aesthetics. You buy a headphone. What do you look for? You look for sound. You buy a shirt. What do you look for? You look for comfort. You look for color. You look for fit. Right? You get a water bottle. What do you look for? Firmness, the color. It shouldn't be leaky. So every product will be, the expectations are different. How does it look? What is the sturdiness of it? So all these external aspects comes under aesthetics. Fine. And also this, when you buy a deodorant, you look for smell. So all these are external, what you are actually expecting from a product. Now coming to futures, the next. Today, every product and every service is surviving in the market only because of these futures, right? Only because of differential futures between one product and the other product, people are buying a particular product. So futures play a very important role in selecting a product, and thus also signifies whether your product is quality or not a quality product. Okay, coming to the 7th dimension, perceived quality. I have a brand of mobile phone and there is another brand of mobile phone. What's the perception I have about a particular brand? I have not used an iPhone, but when somebody says he or she has an iPhone, the perception that I have in my mind is iPhone is very secured, it doesn't hang much. So these are some kind of perception that I have about iPhone, but I have not used it. So perceived quality is experience of some other's experience, or it could be the reputation of the company. That is what is perceived quality. Last one is conformance to standards. Standards, there is standards in every industry, every product. There are certain standards that is followed. Let us take a very simple example. You buy ghee for your house. What is the standard that they have? Agmark brand. When you have something as an Agmark brand in your ghee, you will have some kind of confidence that this is a good ghee, it's a quality ghee. You buy a water can, you will have ISI mark in that. That mark gives you a very clear identification that it is a quality water that you're consuming in your house. You buy any food packets in a supermarket, you will have that symbol FSSAI. That signifies the food packets are meeting the standards that is specified by the government. So if your product or a service has a standard, then that also means quality. So it is not possible that you will get every dimension. It is not possible that you will get every dimension of quality in a particular product. But you should be checking when you are developing a product or a service, you should make sure that you are meeting maximum dimensions of quality. Okay, so how do we get these dimensions of quality? Only based on the experience. That is why I gave you that exercise, hotel exercise and the product exercise. So this hotel exercise and product exercise, based on your experience, you are giving some kind of inputs about quality of a particular service or product. Fine. So now coming to exercise 3. Now I have explained you 8 dimensions of quality. I have explained you 8 dimensions of quality. So what you're supposed to do is give scores for dimensions of quality selecting a particular product. Okay. Select a product or service and you're going to give score for these 8 dimensions except the last one, that is conformance to standards. Except the last one, for the remaining 7 dimensions, give a score from 1 to 10. 1 is less, 10 is you are very much satisfied with that particular characteristic. That is whether it is reliable or whether it is serviceable. So if you give 10, it's highly, the service is so good for serviceability. So like that. So in your exercise sheet that was given to you, and the page which was given to you as exercise 3, write down the name of a product or service and mention the scores that you're going to give for the first 7 dimensions of quality. Okay, so fill this detail and you are again supposed to share it with us. Now this is an exercise 4 again. So this exercise 4 is a very simple exercise. What is quality in different areas of society? What is quality in different areas of society, like healthcare, airlines, food, postals, education is academia, consumer products, insurance, military, automotive, communications, or media. What do you mean by quality in these different areas? Right? I'll give you an example now. Let us take postal services. In postal services, quality is the delivery time should be very good. So that is one. Then your post should not be damaged. That's a second quality. Second quality monitor that we can use in postal services. Okay. So when I say that there is quality in postal services, I can say any one of these two. Like this, you can give examples for the remaining industries or the remaining areas of society, and you can just share it in share the exercise, fill it in the exercise sheet that was given to you. It will be mentioned as exercise 4, quality in different areas of society. So fill your details in your exercise sheet that was given to you and again share it with us. Now, coming to the next, total quality management. Total quality management. So total quality management, before getting into this discussion about total quality management, I would like you to show a video. After seeing this video, I'll just give you a description about what is total quality management. Fine. So from this video, I'm going to say you the definitions of total quality management. Total quality management is actually continuous process improvement. Total quality management is continuous process improvement. Okay. Focusing on customer satisfaction. Focusing on customer satisfaction with employee participation and top management commitment. Top management commitment. See, total quality management, I'll repeat again. Total quality management is continuous process improvement, focusing on customer satisfaction with employee participation and top management commitment. You cannot provide quality without satisfying the customers. So satisfy the customers first. You cannot satisfy the customers without employee participation, right? How can you make the customers happy when your employees are not participating and when your employees are not happy? So that's the second. The third one is you cannot satisfy your customers and you cannot bring employee involvement unless your top management is committed to quality culture, right? Your top management should be committed to the quality culture. That's the last one in the definition. Now, when did this TQM evolve? During the Second World War. Before this TQM, there was no reference. There was no reference to customer satisfaction. Most of the organization focused only on quantity. How many quantity I can produce in a particular day? That was the focus of most of the organizations. But TQM culture changed the way the organization was dealing with the products, and it changed the focus. It changed more focus to quality rather than quantity. Let us see some more concepts that is related to total quality management. Yes. So I'll just move my camera so that you can just have a better look on it. Yes. So total quality management, as I already said, before TQM, it is mostly focusing on product oriented, but now it is customer oriented. Now, long-term and short-term decision. Generally, we are oriented towards short-term decisions, corrective actions. If there is something happening as a defect or an error, you tend to correct it and then deliver the product. But TQM culture, long-term decision, we don't want to get that error again and again. That is what we are focusing in total quality management. Now coming to the emphasis. So as I said, now prevention of errors is the emphasis here rather than on detection of errors. We are not focusing on detection, no more deductions. Just prevent the errors. That is what we are focusing in total quality management. And coming up to the responsibility, I have seen a lot of organizations, when I ask them a question, who is responsible for quality in your organization? They will say, sir, I'm into inventory department. You better check with the quality department. So what is this? Everyone in the organization is responsible for quality. That is what TQM says. Everyone in the organization is responsible for quality, and they should work as a team to achieve the results. And here, you're not just considering only the cost that is up to selling a product. Here, it's considering the life cycle cost of a product. Even after selling, there is any maintenance cost that is associated with your product. Then that is also considered in TQM. Okay, life cycle cost. And here the manager's role is delegate, coach, facilitate, and mentor. Delegate your responsibilities. So non-critical task, give it to another person so that they can do it. Coach them, facilitate them to do your work. Don't be with them and monitor them, or facilitate, help them to do it. And finally, mentor them, guide them. This is the role of a manager. This is contrasting to our regular work where we generally plan, we'll just enforce our employees, right? That's the usual thing that we do. We just enforce them, force them to do it. Whether they understand or do not understand, we just enforce them. That should not be the case here, okay? That is total quality management. So let us see some quality management gurus. I'll just show some quality management gurus to you. Yes, right. Yes. So I'm showing you here 8 quality leaders. 1 minute. I'm just showing you 8 quality leaders. Okay, fine. So who are they? The first one is Edward Deming. Edward Deming, he discovered something called PDCA, very, very common thing used in most of our organizations. We use only this PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act. What is this Plan, Do, Check, Act? Prepare a plan. Prepare a plan. Okay. What does this do? Implement the plan. Once you prepare the plan, what are we supposed to do? Implementation of that plan. The third one, you have done a plan and you have implemented the plan. Am I doing according to the plan, or I'm deviating away from the plan? Check it. That is what we are doing in check. The last one, when you check, do you find any deviations? Do you find any gaps? Act on those gaps. Very simple. Okay, this is PDCA. It is also called Deming's cycle. And he also contributed one more that is called Deming's 14 points. We're not going to discuss much about that because it is completely a management principle. So we are going to discuss only about PDCA. The next contribution is by Mr. Joseph Juran. Joseph Juran, he contributed something called trilogy. It is called Joseph Juran's trilogy. Okay. What do we focus in trilogy is quality planning, quality improvement, and quality controlling. So it's more or less similar to PDCA only. You plan, then you improve the process, then you are going to keep it under control. Whatever you have improved, keep it under control. So that is what we are focusing here in the Joseph Juran's trilogy. So next, coming to the next, Philip Crosby. He discovered the 0 defects. Before his contribution, these defects was part of it is part of the everyday life for them. So there was nothing like that, like elimination of defects. So he was the one who was expecting a product with zero defects policy. Coming to the Arman Feigenbaum, hidden plant. What is this hidden plant? Plant means factory. As you all know, plant means factory. And remember one thing, for people who are coming from other industries other than manufacturing, most of the quality concepts are based on manufacturing. Okay. So as we go ahead, I'll be giving you examples in different industries, but everything is customized only from manufacturing, especially from automobile industry. Quality evolution and revolution took place mostly in manufacturing industry. So we cannot ignore manufacturing industries. Fine. So hidden plant or hidden factory. What is this? Are we having a tendency in every organization, employees, as an employee, am I having a tendency to disclose every mistake that I do to my superior? If it's yes, then your organization is not a hidden plant. But if it is no, your organization is not transparent. It is not giving you an opportunity where you can showcase your results. You're hiding a lot of mistakes within you. If that's the case, your organization is not going to improve for a very long time because they don't know what is happening in the organization, what mistakes are happening. Only when they come to know about the mistakes that is happening in their organization, by being very transparent, their organization cannot be a hidden plant. Otherwise, all the mistakes are hidden within every employee, and the possibility of the organization moving to the next level is very, very less. Okay, fine. Now coming to Karu Ishikawa, his contribution is fishbone diagram. I think 90% of you would have known about this fishbone diagram. It is also called cause and effect diagram. Okay. Now coming to Garvin, we have already discussed about the 8 dimensions of quality. That is Garvin's contribution. And about Karu Ishikawa, fishbone diagram, it's a very, very simple diagram. I will explain you about those diagrams in shortly. In the coming slides, we'll have certain slides which shows this fishbone diagram. I'll explain you about that. Garvin 8 dimensions, I have already explained to you about this 8 dimensions. So we'll go to the next, that is Sugio Shingo. He introduced a concept called Pokayoke. A very interesting concept, excellent concept. It focuses on one particular thing, that human beings will make mistakes. Human beings will make mistakes. Whether it is you or me, we will make mistake. There's no point in blaming you or me. Blame the system. Blame the system. That is what Pokayoke says. That is what Mr. Sugio Shingo says. Don't blame human beings. Blame only the system. Okay, blame only the system. That is Pokayoke or mistake proofing. Okay, change the system. Human beings will stop making mistakes. Human beings will stop making mistakes when you change the system. Okay, coming to the last quality leader, Genichi Taguchi. His contribution is design of experiments. How to design solutions, how to prioritize solutions, how to select an optimum solution. A very, very useful tool, again, especially in organizations who are in new product development. Okay, so these are the contributions of 8 quality leaders that we discussed. For a few concepts we'll be discussing in detail, like fishbone diagram, Pokayoke, and DOE. We'll be discussing in detail in the first, and also PDCA we'll be discussing in detail in green belt. Okay, but in yellow belt course we'll be discussing more about fishbone diagram. Okay, so I'll just move it to the other side so that you can just listen it. Just look at the slide properly. Fine. Now I think it should be clear for you. Traditional view. What are we trying to focus in quality? Market share. Why your organization is focusing on quality? Why your organization is focusing on quality? Very the simple answer is these three reasons. Your organization wants to increase market share. What is market share? If considering your organization is selling 1,000 products in Chennai or in Bangalore, you are selling 1,000 products. Okay, that is what you're selling. Out of these 1,000 products, okay, the total product that is sold in the market is 1,000, and your organization is selling 100. So how much is the market share for your organization? 10%, right? Total that is sold is 1,000. Let's take same example, similar example, like your organization is making laptops and you're selling, and the total number of laptops that is sold in India generally for all the companies is 1,000 in India, and you're selling something close to 100. So your market share is 100 out of 1,000, that is 10%. Okay, so market share is generally represented as percentage. Now coming to sales growth. Sales is nothing but your revenue. It is generally represented as either quantity or it is represented in money, currency, either in dollars or rupees, you can mention it. That is sales. But sales growth is how much is the growth from my previous month to the current month. How much is my growth compared to previous year in this year? That is sales growth. That is represented in percentage. Okay, coming to the last one, that is profitability. So profit, what do you mean by profit? Profit is very simple. Income minus expense, revenue minus expense, sales minus expense. So this is profit. So I'm coming back to the first thing, why you are focusing in quality traditionally is to improve any one of these three outputs, get any one of these three outputs. Now, what's a non-traditional view we are going to see in Lean Six Sigma? Excuse me. Yes, this is a non-traditional view that we are seeing Lean Six Sigma. Don't focus on the outputs. Focus on the input. What's the input? Quality of your product, cost of poor quality, a better service, better relationship, better training, better customer relationship, on-time delivery of products, better credit terms. When you give all these inputs to your product, what happens? Your customers are satisfied. Once your customers are satisfied, what happens? Automatically, your market share will increase, your sales will increase, your profit will increase. Right? So what we are going to do in Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, you should have got an idea now. You're not going to blindly focus on output. Okay, you're not going to blindly focus on output. Decide on the inputs so that you consistently get the output that is better market share, better sales, and better profit. Right? Okay. Fine. So now we'll see this video. I'll just stop my video so that you can have a better view on the video that you're going to see. Why did I show this video? So the reason I have shown this video is it focuses on something called cost of poor quality. Cost of poor quality. What is this cost of poor quality? What do you mean by this cost of poor quality? That was the description that was given in this video. There are three different situations. The first situation, NASA, cost of poor quality. Money lost, human life lost, brand name lost. Second, Toyota, money lost, human life lost, brand name lost. Third one, money lost, environmental damage is also lost. When you say that a product is poor quality, and the cost that is associated with that poor quality product or poor quality service, you don't consider only tangible cost. You don't consider only tangible cost. You also consider something called intangible cost. Can you measure the value of human beings? Can you measure the value of environmental damage? It is intangible. That is what we are actually measuring in cost of poor quality. We are not measuring only tangible, we are also measuring intangible cost. So now let us see some types of this cost of poor quality. So what are the types of cost of poor quality? We'll see that. So yes, so this is the types of cost of poor quality. 4 types of cost: prevention, appraisal, internal failure, and external failure cost. Let me explain you what is this prevention cost. What is this prevention cost? So prevention, you develop some protocols, you develop some SOPs, you develop some policies, procedures, or you will even deploy a software or a machine to prevent certain failures in an organization. That is prevention cost. All cost that is incurred to prevent a failure is prevention cost. Now coming to appraisal cost. Don't think about performance appraisal. It's not performance appraisal. Appraisal refers to inspection cost. Inspection cost. Okay. So what are the inspections happening? Audits. It could be finished product inspection or raw material inspection, any kind of inspections. Everything comes under appraisal cost. Now coming to internal failure cost, cost of rework. You have a protocol, you have a policy, and if you're not following it properly and that is resulting in a failure, that is internal failure cost. The cost that is associated with it is called internal failure cost. Coming to the next, external failure cost. You manufacture a product, a defective product, and it reaches the customer rejects it. Rejections from the customers, complaints from the customers, they are external failure cost. Okay, there is one more external failure cost. What is that? Is statutory regulations. Your company is not following the statutory regulations, they are canceling the license. You need to again bear the cost. Shut down your company, start from scratch. There is a cost associated with that. That is external failure. Okay, so these are the 4 cost of failure or cost of poor quality. So we are supposed to work on eliminating all these 4 costs.